On last week's video, I told y'all that I would be doing another project in this week's video using the second half of that neutral Baroque paper and also making some bottle brush tree projects. And then on December 20th, life got in the way. We had a family emergency with my oldest child, which landed us in the emergency room for 3 nights. So this video will be a little bit different than I was anticipating, and I have a new outlook on Christmas this year and each year going forward. And Company. I'm so glad that you are here today. If you've been here before, welcome back, and if this is your first time, welcome. I'm so glad that you will be spending some time with me today. On today's video, we are going to be continuing with the neutral winter decor theme with a little bit of Christmas, but it will be neutral as well. The first project I'm calling the Everett tray. 1, because I'm using Fusion Mineral Paint in the color Everett, and 2, because I think it kind of sounds classy and upscale. Anyway, the first project is this wood tray that I thrifted. I actually bought it when I was in, I believe I got this in Austin, Texas, or near Austin, somewhere in the hill country. I paid $9.99 for it. It was a little bit more than I normally pay, but I thought it was kind of cool looking, and I think at the time I just wanted to purchase something. So I found this tray and I gave it a good clean. It was a little bit dirty, and then I took out my spackling because in between the boards there were some open spaces. So I just took out my spackling and then I filled it in. This tray is the longest of all of the projects, but it has the biggest impact. I think you're really going to love how it comes out, and I think you're going to love the color Everett. After this, we will be making some bottle brush tree projects. We have several of those. I think you're going to like to see the different ways that you can use bottle brush trees to make different kind of projects. And the good thing with bottle brush trees, you can use them all winter long. To me, they're not just a Christmas decoration. After that, we will be also making a couple of different art projects. In fact, one of the artworks will come before the bottle brush trees, and then after the bottle brush trees, we'll be making 2 different garlands that you can use throughout the winter season. At least one of them you can use throughout the winter season. And then also we will be making the last art project. So y'all stick around because you don't want to miss those projects. I wanted to fill in all the spaces and cracks with the spackling so that if I had something on the tray, it wouldn't spill out. And then I took a wet paper towel, or it might have been a wet wipe, and I wiped it away. After I wiped it away and it was good and dry, I then took out my Everett paint from Fusion Mineral Paint and I painted this piece. I then decided that I would remove the handles because it would be much easier to paint this piece without the handles. So I took out my drill, which is a Dewalt drill. I love this drill. I use it all the time. If you don't have a drill, ladies, you need to get you a drill. But when I was trying to take off these handles, the screws were just not working. They were just not coming off. So I decided to just leave them on and go to the next step. Y'all, I want you to see this color Everett. It is a gorgeous color. It is a beautiful green with a touch of gray. I think you will love this color. Just wait and see how it looks on this tray. So I turned the tray over, took off that little sticker that was on there earlier. That was driving me crazy just looking at it. And I took out my Stahlmeister paintbrush and I gave it a coat of paint, and y'all look at that green. Isn't that just gorgeous? It's the perfect color for this time of year. It'll be great in the winter, but it's also a gorgeous color year-round. What do y'all think of this Everett? Have you ever used this color? The good thing about Fusion Mineral Paint is it does not require a primer, it's self-leveling, and it has a built-in top coat. If you've never painted with Fusion Mineral Paint and you'd like to give it a try, you can purchase it on my website at www.jbowenandcompany.com, or you can visit my store location in Beaufort, Georgia at Detail Link. I will put a link in the description to all of the products that I feature in this video if you would like to purchase. Although you can still see some cracks in the bottom of the tray as well as in the top of the tray, these cracks are no longer large enough where things can fall through, or there are no more cracks where anything can fall through this tray. It's now secure and solid, and I think it's going to turn out really well. I think you're going to like how it turns out. So my last day to work was going to be on the 20th of December, and then I was going to have 4 days to get ready for Christmas. And then that's when we had to go to the hospital. So like I was saying earlier, things changed. My house does not look the way I wanted it to look. I still have presents to wrap, and it's Christmas Eve. But we will get there. I have groceries on the way, and I have the menu planned. We host Christmas Day typically at our house. We're going to my brother's house tonight for Christmas dinner. And they've really stepped up and helped with everything too. They helped with my 2 youngest children, watching them while we were in the hospital. And so that's been really great. This has made me really think about what's most important, and that would be our safety and our health, and that we have time to spend with friends and family. It would have been ideal to take off the handles, but that didn't work in this case, so I just took out a smaller brush and I ended up painting around the handles, and it worked just fine. This project is now complete. Let me know what you think about this project. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. There are going to be a lot of good videos coming up in the new year, and I can't wait to show you the projects. And also leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this project. I'm thinking about giving this tray to my sister-in-law for Christmas. What do you think? Next project I'm calling Winter Art, and this is a really simple, easy project. I just took out 2 gold frames that I had, and I gave them a good clean. I printed these images off a graphic fairy, and I took one of the glass pieces from one of the frames and I just measured it to fit both of the frames. It was the same size glass for both frames, so it worked for both. I then just cut out both of the images and then I put them in the frames. I love to use these kind of images to decorate my home. They're quick and easy, but they're also great to sell in my antique booths. People seem to really like the frames and the images. I'm not really sure if they like the images or the frames or both, but either way, they are good sellers for me. You can typically find these frames from 25 cents to $1. If you haven't given me a thumbs up yet, I would appreciate you hitting that thumbs up button, that like button. It means a lot to me and it helps my channel grow. The next project, I will be making bottle brush trees. I will be using bottle brush trees to make some fun little projects. So I picked up these bottle brush trees. These actually look really kind of old. They don't look like they're brand new. I could be wrong, but they actually look vintage. So I took them along with all these little spools of just string or twine that I had purchased for basically nothing, almost, at a thrift store. And I wanted to put them together. The first 3 spools of twine I'm using are kind of aged looking. They're kind of just old and aged. They look a little bit brown, and I thought they looked good with these bottle brush trees because they looked kind of old and antique. So all I'm doing is I'm taking my hot glue gun and I'm putting a little glue around them, and then I'm just going to just stick them right there inside, and the glue will hold. If I ever want to take them apart, they will be very easy to take apart. I'm just keeping these at my house for my own personal decorations. These bottle brush trees are a pretty good size, and because they look pretty antique and neat, I thought I would just keep them for my own home. I'm pretty much just doing some last minute decorating, and I'm just having a lot of fun doing it. You still have several projects to go, but I want you to think about which one is your favorite and let me know which one of these projects that you like so far. So the next project that I'm going to be making will also be some bottle brush trees. These are some large bottle brush trees. The tag says they came from Walmart. I bought them at a thrift store for about $1 each, so I saved a little bit of money, but these are actually very large trees. So I took some of the spools of string that I had that looked a little bit newer. They don't look new, but they were a little bit white, like the color white. And I thought they looked good with these trees because these trees had white in them, where the other ones just look a little bit aged, so the aged looking string or the browner string looked better with those. So I'm just doing the same thing and I'm just placing them on here. So I'm not going to add any ribbon or bows or anything like that. You know, you could do that. I've seen some other people add bows, but I'm not going to do that because I really want to keep them up through the winter or until I can't stand looking at them anymore. And I think that when you add bows and things like that, that looks more Christmassy. So I'm probably not going to add any ribbons because I don't want them to look Christmassy. I want them to look wintry. So one easy change that could be made here, if you can see, there are tiny little red berries on these bushes. If you didn't want those red berries, you could easily paint the trees a little bit, and then they would be perfect for winter if you didn't want to have any red in your decor. But really, they're so subtle, you can't really see them that much. They actually don't bother me at this point, so I will be leaving them up for a while, at least during the winter. So what do y'all think about this project? Are you enjoying these bottle brush trees so far? Have you ever made any bottle brush trees like this? Oh, that's a full-size glue gun, so you can see the size of these trees versus the size of that glue gun. And now for the final reveal. What do you think about these bottle brush trees in the spools of string? And now on to these little bitty mini Christmas trees. I had some small spools. I actually had 3 of the same size, but I thought it would look better to vary the height. So I used 2 of the same size and 1 a little bit different. I also took off the bottom, the little wood pieces that these trees were on, just so that they would fit into the spools. The next project is super simple. I just took these blue and white little coffee cups that I had, and I simply just stuck these off-white, these look vintage too, not sure if they are, but old bottle brush trees right there in the cups. You can add bottle brush trees to candlesticks and basically any kind of container that you happen to have. These are some that I made last year, and I just took them out of the box and they were good as new. And if you ever get tired of this look, you can easily remove the bottle brush trees from the container. Leave me a comment and let me know which one of these bottle brush trees did you like the best. The next project I'm calling Winter Trees. These projects are made from the Gloria paint inlay from Iron Orchid Designs. I took out my sandpaper and I gave them a quick sand so that the lettering would not show through. After I sanded them, I just wiped them away with some baby wipes. After they were good and clean, I then took out some chalk paint and I covered them with the white chalk paint. I previously made a video about paint inlays a good while back. If you want to check out that video, you can see more about how to use paint inlays. They're very easy to use. They're a lot of fun, and you can use the paint inlays multiple times. I actually only have one more of the Gloria paint inlay for sale on my website. I sold all but one of them, but I have numerous other paint inlays that would be good for going forward in the new year. So I think you would really have a lot of fun using these paint inlays. They give a unique look. They're actually paint that is on the paper. They're not like a transfer, like a sticker. They're actually paint. And so what you do is you're going to give your piece a good coat of chalk paint one coat of it, and then you're going to come back with another coat of chalk paint. So here is the Gloria paint inlay. I am usually using 2 of the large trees, and the cool part of these paint inlays is they can be used 3 to 4 times for different projects. Now each time that you use them, less and less paint will come off, so they'll give a little bit different look. And you can't really control the exact outcome of these inlays, so you're going to get a unique look each time, and that's actually the beauty of it. So here I am adding on the second coat of paint. The next step is you need to take out your spray bottle and you need to squirt the side of the paper that actually has the paint on it. And so you just need to give it a light squirt of paint, making sure that there is some water on it, but you don't necessarily want to drown it in the water. So you're actually embedding the inlay sheet into wet paint. It sounded kind of funny to me initially, but you're putting the inlay into the wet paint so that the wet paint becomes embedded, or the inlay becomes embedded into the wet paint, and then they become one after it dries. So you're then going to rub it with your hand and a brayer. That helps to embed it into the paint, and then you're going to wait for it to dry. After it dries, you're going to squirt it again or spray it again with your fine misting bottle, and then this is the best part. You're then going to carefully pull it back, and you can see how gorgeous it appears. Isn't that pretty? I think that turned out so good. I just love how these turned out. So you're going to do the same thing. If you try to pull it when it's dry, it's not going to come off. It's going to stick. So you need to spray it with your spray bottle and then gently pull it off. I just love this. Isn't that satisfying? That's what my kids always say. It's satisfying to watch that. After you pull off your inlay, you need to set it aside and let it dry so that you can use it again. Make sure that you do that step because you can use it several more times. But like I said, each time that you use it again, you will have a little bit different look because it will pick up the paint from the last project and it can put it on the next project, as well as there's not quite as much paint on the initial paint inlay. The next project is this star garland. I purchased these stars last year. I actually painted them last year just with a black spray paint, and then I didn't do anything with them again. But this year I decided to finish them and make them into a garland. So all I did was take out some twine that I had, some jute twine, and then I'm making them a garland. I think these will look good for New Year's. They look good for Christmas, but they will look good going into New Year's as well. And then all I did is just take them, they had a little hole at the top, and then I just made them into a garland. Y'all, after this, I have to run and get the stockings out of the attic. I don't even have those down yet, but I'm going to do that next. And this is actually pretty therapeutic for me because it just gets my mind off of everything else. And now for the final reveal. As you can see, this is a very simple project. So if you have like items hanging around your house or you pick them up at a thrift store, you can easily make a garland for yourself. And here is the final reveal. I think it will look good for New Year's as well. What do you think about this star garland? This is another very simple project. I'm calling it a bell garland. I picked up these bells. They're marked $1.50 each, but they were on sale half off, so I purchased them for 75 cents each for each little stack of bells. And all I did is took out my twine again. I think I got this twine at the Dollar Tree, and I just took it out and then I just strung them on this garland, and that was it. Very simple. Very easy. You could also use these for little ornaments if you want to, but I thought that the garland would be fun. But if I ever wanted to change them into ornaments for a little tree, they'd be very easy to take apart. I just wanted to take a minute to tell you thank you so much for watching this video and for supporting me. I really appreciate all of your likes, your comments, your purchases, and for subscribing to my channel. It means the world to me, and it always makes me happy when I see your comments and your likes and when I get new subscribers. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please go ahead and hit it. You don't want to miss out on the upcoming projects. And I wish all of you a very healthy, safe, and happy holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and if you haven't watched my latest video, I have a couple of videos before this video where I did neutral winter and Christmas decor. Y'all check those out. I'll put the latest video right down there in the comments. So you can just click on that and you can check out my latest neutral videos. And y'all let me know what y'all want to see in the future. What are y'all still liking winter decor? Are you ready for spring decor? What are you wanting to see? And if you've made it this far in the video, please leave me a star. I know that you have watched this much of the video. I haven't found a great place to hang up this garland, but you could easily hang it on your mantle or on a mirror or maybe on your headboard. Let me know what you think about this bell garland. Okay guys, now that you have seen the projects, let me know which one is your favorite. Wishing you a healthy, safe, and Merry Christmas.